Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a fantastic day. See, I changed it up a little bit there. As always, a free way to support the channel is by leaving a thumbs up, by leaving a comment, by subscribing if you have not done so already, or I honestly don't know anymore. I can't think of these things every single video. Tell me what you plan on doing when Bitcoin goes to $1 million. I don't know. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump right into it. It's going to be a normal news day / like news I missed, as it is the weekend because so many things are going on. Here's the bit of a timeline, if you will. It says within the last hour, air quotes, Bitcoin's market cap pushed above the $1 trillion level. For those of you who missed that, didn't see my last two other videos where I was flailing all over the place because I was super excited because Bitcoin had finally passed by the $1 trillion market cap. The milestone occurred less than a year after its market cap dipped below $100 billion on Black Thursday. I hate that people started calling it that. That was basically the day when everybody was told, hey, stay inside of your domicile, and the stock market fell down, and then crypto subsequently also fell, and Bitcoin fell down to $3,000 or something like that, and moved to a new all-time high that took place as Bitcoin's price is on the verge of overtaking 55,000. So that's also a little bit late, if you will. On top of that, Ethereum finally broke past 2,000 US dollars. It was sitting at like $1,986 for like a day and a half. Even last night when Bitcoin was like $52,300 something dollars. It went up to $53,000, broke $1 trillion. Ethereum was like, meh, I'm not going to move. It went up by like 0.14%, and I was like, what are you doing? Why are you not moving up any higher? It finally did it. Broke past $2,000 for the first time in history. We are still getting those crazy Ethereum price predictions where people are talking about that it's going to be going to 6,000, 8,000, 10,000. Is undervalued. You may have seen some of those in the last couple of other videos where the people from Grayscale, they just recently bought over the last 14 days a third of $1 billion worth of Ether on behalf of their clients. However, that's a huge, massive amount. A lot of people, I think, what's it called? Coinbase also just recently added Ethereum staking onto their platform as well. So, everybody's losing their gosh darn minds over everything that's happening. Typically, once again, why people keep giving us these crazy numbers when it comes to the price predictions is that normally during a bull run, which we are currently experiencing right now, if you did not get that part, is that we tend to normally 10 to 20x our previous all-time high, which was $1,200 per Ether. So this is why when people say a $10,000 Ether, it's because it's a normal, air quotes, 10x from where we were before. I tend not to say the 20x prices. I think an $8,000 to $10,000 Ethereum is totally within the doable range. But when you get to like the $22,000, $24,000 during this run, that's when you kind of like cringe and go, okay, that seems a little bit too high. Anyway, that's the Ethereum news. You got the Bitcoin, got the Ether. Cardano has surged past $1 for the first time since January 2018. I believe its previous all-time high was 140. I always say 130, but it's 140. Cool, wonderful. Cardano is pumping right now. There's no other way to really put it. It's been going this way for the last couple of weeks. Cardano has a lot of upgrades that are being lined up. Once again, you got I think it's called Mary is the next upgrade, and then you got the smart contracts, and then you got the DeFi stuff, and then you got another hard fork, and then you got the soft fork, and then you got the fork, and then you got all this other stuff. There's also now grain of salt. I'll give each of you 5 grains of salt. I don't know why I did this as if I actually have salt in my hand. I've been reading on, not the Cardano blogs, but I've been hearing through the grapevine and stuff like that huge, massive whale portions of Cardano are currently moving. And usually we hear that they're moving like into a cryptocurrency exchange, so it's usually like a whale who's planning on selling off. However, these are being allocated in different positions, and the speculation is right now, as they still not have yet done so, weird sentence, is that supposedly people think that Coinbase might be purchasing tons of Cardano. because they plan on adding it to their platform soon. I believe you can currently, I think you can custody your Cardano on Coinbase already. But the news, being, long story short, people are buying up tons of Cardanos, these huge, massive transactions. Like people are saying, well, it must be a cryptocurrency exchange or someone behind the scenes who knows what's going on. But the prediction is, why hasn't Coinbase added one of the top coins yet? They're planning on doing it, and therefore this is probably why the price is also pumping a lot higher. Still, I still think we're going to hit that $5 to $10 Cardano. It doesn't seem unbelievable at this point. It's just a matter of time. And crypto market cap breaks $1.7 trillion. Do you understand what's taking place on our planet right now? Polkadot is now in the top 4. It has pumped 20% over the last evening. I think it's $40, somewhere around there. The entire cryptocurrency market's going up. Bitcoin hit 56,300 and then of course pulled back a little tiny bit. We can't go up by 6,000 over the course of 40 hours and just be like, this is fine, nothing's going to happen. So of course we pulled back a tiny bit, but it's still like up relative to the amount of time frame, as is every other coin. But a lot of coins are really trying their best to, get into the top 5. Tether's now coin number 5. It's now kind of a race between Ethereum, Cardano, Polkadot, and I'm missing some other coin. They're really like swapping back and forth, and they keep pumping. I feel like something, and I mentioned this last week as well, I feel like something big is brewing behind the scenes. Once again, the major U.S. stock exchanges announced in 2018 and 2019 that they planned on having a cryptocurrency trading whatever platform on their platform. But they mentioned that they would only be adding the top coins. So this is why I feel like maybe some speculation, obviously. Maybe somewhere behind the scenes, somebody knows something and they're like, we got to get this into the top 10 and make sure that it stays there so that we can get this onto the New York Stock Exchange or onto the NASDAQ. Because at that point, the coins would completely just skyrocket. Anyway. So that's all the price news, if you will, over the last 12 or so hours. That was kind of the time frame. Bitcoin hit 54,000, hit 55,000, hit 56,000. Pulled back a tiny bit. Ethereum hit $2,000. Cardano is finally $1. And without further ado, let's move on to get into the actual crazy, ridiculous news, because there's a lot of it. In major news, and I told you this was going to happen because this is not the first time that this is happening. San Francisco-based crypto exchange OKCoin announced that it will be suspending trading of Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Cash Satoshi's Vision, 2 forks of Bitcoin, and this will happen on the 1st of March of this year. CEO Hong Fang said that the suspensions are to protect Bitcoin against the malicious misinformation war waged by self-titled Bitcoin creator Craig Wright and other high-profile members of these communities, meaning those who promote BCash and BSV. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of everything that's been happening. If you have not been here since 2016, here we go. In 2016, people were like, hey, Bitcoin needs to be upgraded. Bitcoin needs to be faster. There were many different proposals that were put forward, and people basically said, hey, I think we found one, and it's called segregated witness. It's basically called SegWit. It allows for larger block sizes, more transaction. Bitcoin has lower transaction fees, yada, yada, yada. A lot of people who were into Bitcoin, still the only Bitcoin at this time, basically came forward and said, we don't like that idea. We want to have another way to be able to upgrade it. People began to scrutinize and then start to read and take word for word everything that was inside of the Bitcoin white paper and basically said, no, this is how Bitcoin is supposed to be. We're basically going to make our own Bitcoin. At the end of 2017, there was an upgrade that happened to Bitcoin called SegWit. And on that same exact date, Bitcoin's branch broke in half. And the side of the tree that was supposed to have withered away basically kept on growing into the monstrosity that is now Bitcoin Cash right now. There's a huge amount of people who believe that Bitcoin Cash is the true Bitcoin. For whatever reason, I'm not really sure. I think they drank some of the Kool-Aid, and I'm not even joking. Bitcoin is always supposed to be the dominant chain. It's what it says in nearly every single white paper. Same exact thing with Ethereum. We have Ethereum and we have Ethereum Classic. Ethereum is the dominant chain, and therefore Ethereum is Ethereum. Same exact thing goes with Bitcoin. So along the time when Bitcoin Cash became a thing and became real, a lot of cryptocurrency exchanges began to add it because a lot of people were threatening lawsuits against the cryptocurrency exchanges. This is the only reason why Bitcoin Cash is on multiple cryptocurrency exchanges. Because Coinbase said they weren't going to add it. Kraken said they weren't going to add it. And I think Binance at this time was kind of, I think, more or less neutral, kind of seeing where things were going to go, if my memory serves me correctly. And basically what happened was people realized, hey, Bitcoin's at 10,000 something or other dollars. My Bitcoin Cash could also be worth the exact same thing. Not realizing, because people don't care about the actual philosophy of Bitcoin. To them, it's just money, 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 give me my money, give me my money. And this is why we have 10,000 altcoins right now. So what happened was Coinbase basically folded because I think they had 2 or 3 lawsuits against them, and they were like, fine, it's totally cool. Everyone's going to get their Bitcoin Cash. People rejoiced. Bitcoin Cash's price rose to, I think, $400 or $500. I don't really care how high that it rose. And that's when you started having, about a couple of months later, a lot of fighting, internal fighting within the Bitcoin Cash community, basically saying, hey, Bitcoin Cash is Bitcoin, but it's not how Bitcoin is supposed to be. You see where kind of all of this is going. And basically what happened was, at some point, Bitcoin Cash was going to have a hard fork. People within the Bitcoin Cash community basically said, no, we don't like this. They split apart. The tree that was supposed to have withered away as the fork happened kept on growing. And it became Bitcoin Cash Satoshi's vision, which is headed by someone named Craig Wright and many other people in the cryptocurrency space. And basically the allegations are that over the last couple of years, they have been spreading misinformation. We've gone over this in multiple other videos over the last couple of years as well. Whenever we got the news, we've gone over it together. Basically, the allegations are that people from the Bitcoin Cash and the Bitcoin Cash Satoshi Vision teams, groups, people who like these coins, have been sending malicious threats to a lot of other people, saying, you can't do this, you can't do that. It was alleged a couple of days ago, even a couple of weeks ago, that Craig Wright was allegedly, and his people were sending threats to cryptocurrency exchange members saying, list my coin, add more trading pairs. Once again, all allegations. I'm not one of these cryptocurrency exchange people, so I cannot tell you if this is true. I just go over the articles with all of you. But the news that we've had before, especially last year, is that there were other cryptocurrency exchanges who were going over the exact same thing and basically said, we're going to be delisting Bitcoin Cash Satoshi's vision. And I told you that this was going to continue. I believe recently, allegedly, has to be allegedly, I think it was also said that Craig Wright was trying to sue anyone who was using the Bitcoin white paper. You might remember around 3 or 4 weeks ago that we had the mayor of Miami and the mayor of so-and-so and other places, and I think the governor of Utah, I don't know, something like that, who basically were putting the Bitcoin white paper like on their government's website to be like, you cannot tell people that they can't list a white paper on their website. It is also alleged that Craig Wright believes that he is the creator of Bitcoin and therefore he should have complete ownership of it. Which also doesn't make any sense, because if you read the white paper and many other things, Bitcoin is meant to be a decentralized cryptocurrency that is immutable and is usable by everyone. So the allegations that someone is trying to mute it as it is immutable, is a bit weird. So the news is major news is that they're delisting BCash and BSV. These coins should have never been listed on any platform in the first place. I told you years ago that this was all a cash grab. If you honestly believe that something is wrong with Bitcoin, you simply create another layer or you create another chain. You don't create a brand new coin that you're trying to get to be worth billions that only go into your pocket. It's all a cash grab. 2017 split into 2 forks. I just told you the entire history. I don't have to go over it again. This is major news. Every cryptocurrency exchange needs to do this. They're going to do this at some point eventually as well. I told you this as well many years ago, that this is once again going to happen. I'm not a psychic. I just look at the logical information there. There was a situation in 2018 and 2019 where many of the stock exchanges once again began to throw their support behind Bitcoin and say, yeah, we've been into Bitcoin since 2014. And I kept on saying, they're only saying Bitcoin. They're not saying Bcash and they're not saying BSV. And when we had that information that they only planned on adding coins that were maybe within the top 10, they said top 10, and even then they would kind of shorten the list. I said, we're going to see Bitcoin Cash and BSV leave the top 10, which is currently happening. I think BSV is coin number 19 and Bcash I think is number 11 and is slowly falling down as well. No one supports these coins. No one actually uses these coins. No one's going to be using these coins. It also creates confusion in the market. No one wants to get into the Bitcoin space and go, I want to buy Bitcoin. And someone goes, well, I know another Bitcoin. And that this causes confusion. There was also, this isn't even an allegation. We know that this happened on the website. There's a website that exclusively supports Bitcoin Cash. I can't remember the exact name of it right now. Who really cares? It's a very popular website. And it's because it's called Bitcoin. And when you go to that website, they had a section where you were actually able to buy Bitcoin. But can you guess what you were actually buying? You were buying Bitcoin Cash. So what happened is that people on that website were going there, clicking on Let's Buy Bitcoin. They bought Bitcoin, but it was actually Bitcoin Cash. And when they tried to transfer that Bitcoin to their Bitcoin wallet, it was Bitcoin Cash. So this is why the whole misinformation thing is, appropriate at this point. Because people who believe in BSV and Bitcoin Cash, they believe that is actually Bitcoin. So when they have discussions in podcasts, they call it Bitcoin. You see where this is all getting kind of messy? So we also have had news over the last couple of years. It's just such a deep hole. There's so many things to do with this. We had the news before that Bitcoin Cash, Satoshi's vision, 99% of all transactions were being used by a weather app. There was a weather app. They integrated BSV for the transactions. And when you looked at the actual weather app, that's all that the app was doing. It's just BSV transactions, nothing else. We've also had news about people pumping the price to try and get other people to look, hey, see, that's another Bitcoin that's also doing extremely well. Let's push our money into it. And then the price of the coin fell. People lost tons of money. Bitcoin Cash, I forgot what the thing was in 2019. We found that there were 2 addresses that were sending transactions back and forth because it was news. It was like, oh, Bitcoin Cash is really being used. Who's using this? And people, once again, you can look through the blockchain because all of it is transparent. People found out that it was just 2 addresses sending tons of money back and forth between each other during the course of the day. I don't know if they had robots doing it or what, but there were tens of thousands of hundreds of thousands of transactions that was being back and forth. People like, wow, it was no usage and now it was tons of usage. And they were sending back like 3 or 4 or 5 cents back and forth. That was the usage of the blockchain. No one's using this. They are, I think the only term I can think of is like false prophets. You probably heard that term before. Every exchange at some point is going to delist these. There have been problems with BCash and BSV for a very long time across multiple cryptocurrency exchanges. And once again, it's only listed on exchanges because they were threatened with lawsuits by people who were like, I want my extra money right now. It's the only reason. Yes, very popular news. OKCoin is going to be delisting it. We had, I think, 3 exchanges who delisted it last year. Expect more because of everything that I just told you. Allegedly. And without further ado, let's move on. Also, in very popular news, the iconic bass player of Kiss and recent recruit to Elon Musk's Dogecoin army, Gene Simmons has announced a 6-figure investment into Cardano. On the 19th of February, Simmons revealed on Twitter that he'd purchased $300,000 worth of ADA, while emphasizing that he is not a financial analyst. A helpful disclaimer. The rock star said he wanted to share projects he believes in, and he was definitely not suggesting anyone should buy Cardano. Here's the tweet for it right here. So for those of you who haven't been paying attention, a lot of celebrities have been coming forward over the last 4 or 5 weeks, basically saying that I'm in the cryptocurrency space. I like cryptocurrencies, got jump into cryptocurrencies, and all the other kind of things like that. Gene Simmons is, I guess, one of the more popular ones who's been relatively mega vocal about everything that he's kind of been doing within the cryptocurrency space. He makes sure to tell people, not a financial expert, not an analyst, yada, yada. And as always, this is just from me, you should also always be doing your own research. As I have mentioned thousands of times before, because it is imperative that you know that you're putting your money in the right place. So, yeah, the news being Cardano's getting a lot of support. I'm not going to use the H word. I don't think it's hype. I think it's actual usage. It's actual things that are taking place behind the scenes and all these other things, but we'll see exactly where this ends up going. But there's definitely, we are in the price discovery euphoric phase. And I think it's going to last for about a good 6-7 months, at least. We had all the banks talking about that this phase that we're currently in, this bull run, is going to last until 2022 or 2023. So hold on to your horsies. Anyway, Gene Simmons has bought $300,000 worth of Cardano. And let's move on. Next up, British auction house Christie's has confirmed it is accepting Ether from the Ethereum network as a form of payment for a coming digital art auction. Christie's told Bloomberg it will accept Ether as a form of payment for a work by digital artist Mike Winkelmann, according to a Thursday report. However, the premium has to be paid in US dollars. Wow, wonderful. Who cares? The point is, we're getting a lot of dabble news. People are dabbling and trying to figure out how to get into the cryptocurrency space. I'm actually shocked at all these auction houses having completely just jumped onto the boat and said, okay, let's just start accepting 4 or 5 different types of cryptocurrencies, and in 5 years we'll see which one has been the most adopted, and therefore yada yada. Cool. Nothing from Sotheby's as of yet. For those of you who don't know, it's Christie's and Sotheby's. These are the 2 largest auction houses in the world, and then it was Bonhams, but Bonhams isn't as large as it used to be. Cool. I'm not surprised. You shouldn't be surprised. Everyone is going to start accepting cryptocurrencies. Everyone, every website, everywhere. It's going to be integrated into everything. People are already being paid in cryptocurrencies, and at some point you probably are going to be offered by your job to do the exact same thing. That might take about a good 5 years, but in 5 years you'll be offered to be paid in crypto as well. Cool. Wonderful. Good job, Christie's, on dip its toes in crypto. You get the point. Let's move on. Next up, I told you this was going to happen. Peer-to-peer Bitcoin exchange Paxful will soon be adding support for the Bitcoin Lightning Network, according to its CEO. He said, had an awesome meeting today about Bitcoin Lightning Network. This is going to happen. This was tweeted by the CEO on Wednesday. Bitcoin's Lightning Network is a scaling solution that enables Bitcoin to be moved in seconds at low cost. It costs 1 Satoshi to do a transaction, and the transaction happens within, I think, 1 or 2 seconds, as opposed to the 18, 25, 35 minutes now that it takes on Bitcoin. It's designed to take the weight off the main blockchain. It bundles up a whole bunch of transactions in one. They're happening on the Lightning Network rapidly. It bundles them all up and it basically slams it into the Bitcoin's core face, the number 1 coin, as one big transaction. So hundreds of thousands of transactions can happen at once. It gets attached to Bitcoin's network, and Bitcoin then goes as one transaction from all of these transactions. And basically, anyway, designed to take the weight off the Bitcoin blockchain, enabling millions more payments to happen. But while the network is still in its early stages, some Bitcoin companies are starting to support it to encourage its growth. Decrypt caught up with Paxful co-founder Arthur Shabak, who is leading integration. He said that the exchange will run in a beta test in 2 weeks' time. After that, there will be a gradual rollout to the exchange's users. I give it by the end of this year. We're probably going to hear that every exchange is using it. I think the only ones who may wait are maybe Binance and Coinbase, because, they're the elite exchanges, and maybe they're trying to figure out a way to properly do it. When we get every single cryptocurrency exchange accepting Lightning, and the Lightning Network has been built out, to like a monstrous point, there's no stopping Bitcoin. There's already no stopping Bitcoin at this point. But when when the transaction fees are 1 Satoshi, so like 1/1000th of 1 cent, and also it happens in a second, and you have millions of transactions per second, Bitcoin will not be beat in any way, shape, or form, because you're going to also have other side chains and other layers that are probably going to be built from Lightning that allow Bitcoin to have other smart contracts and DeFi stuff that also do millions of transactions per second. You see where this is going. It's just a matter of adoption. We need more people to adopt the Lightning Network. The adoption is going to happen. If Coinbase or Binance announce it sometime this year, expect Bitcoin to also spike up in price as well, because once they adopt it, my idea had been in 2019 when we first got news of the other exchanges who were thinking about adopting Lightning. I expect major stores as well. Once again, there was that partnership between the New York Stock Exchange backed and the 30 other stores or whatever who are also talking about being able to accept Bitcoin. The Winklevoss twins also have their own initiative where they're also trying to get tons of people to also accept Bitcoin in the stores and stuff like that. So once we have Lightning and these stores accept Lightning, there's nothing negative that can ever be said about Bitcoin again. Millions of transactions per second. The fee is the cost of a grain of sand, and smart contracts, DeFi, and all these other things. So it's coming. Like I told you it would a long time ago. I told you these are computers. They're going to be upgraded. There's no not going to. What am I talking about? It's going to happen. I don't know why so many people keep saying, and I'm seeing the frustration as well in the comment section, and also a lot on my Twitter. For some reason, people like to go crazy on Twitter and not really sure why. Basically telling me that I'm not getting it, that Bitcoin is going to be overthrown by XRP, or Bitcoin is going to be overthrown by this. And I'm like, what are you not getting? What have you not understood about everything that's taking place with Bitcoin right now? The entire prospectus for the other coins is that they're faster, they have lower transaction fees, and they have smart contracts, and they have DeFi. That's it. So what happens in 2 years' time? And I'll give you a proper time frame of 3 to 5 years. I'll even give you an extra year. what's the value prospectus for the other coins when Bitcoin can do exactly what they can do? And Bitcoin has 900 times the amount of adoption. And Bitcoin's higher in price. And Bitcoin continues to eat away at gold. Anyway, hope you're all paying attention because it's right in front of your face. It's happening all the time. I keep reading the news to tell you what's going on, and some people still don't get it. But for those of you who do get it, I see you in the comment section. Hello. Congratulations. Same exact thing when Bitcoin fell down to 3,000, and I was like, I hope everybody's paying attention because something crazy is about to happen, and now we're at $55,000. So that's the Bitcoin Lightning news. Expect more exchanges to announce it as the coming weeks go on because this is going to be a major thing. Bitcoin is the leader of the cryptocurrency market and is going to have millions of transactions per second. And without further ado, let's move on. In super popular news that we should have all assumed was going to happen because this is how the news has been working, the surge in Bitcoin's price was noticeable in quarter 2020. A long-term gold bull, his name is Jeffrey Gundlach, now considers Bitcoin as a better trade than the yellow metal. Wow. Didn't get that one. Gundlach is the CEO at Double Line Capital LP, an investment management company. His statement probably follows the recent increase in the value of Bitcoin on Wednesday. The cryptocurrency topped 50,000. Wow, that was only Wednesday? Jeez Louise. Okay, 52,000, 55,000. Jeffrey Gundlach took to his Twitter to disclose his new stance with the leading cryptocurrency. He explained that he has been a long-term gold bull and the US dollar bear. However, he turned neutral on both the precious metal and dollars over the past 6 months. Jeffrey Gundlach then added, lots of liquid poured into a funnel created a torrent. Bitcoin may be the stimulus asset doesn't look like gold is. Can you imagine what that does to someone's spirit who has been so adamant over a very long period of time to believe that gold was going to be the asset that people were going to adopt? We went over this years ago, since 2016. There's no instance where you are never going to go into a store and have a gold bar or a gold coin and buy a candy bar and they go, that's $1.25, and you're going to take out a pick and hammer away at the gold until you get a small enough fragment that someone can then weigh and say, okay, this equals around 126. You want to give me the extra gold? Sure, why not? And you put your gold chunks back into your pocket. That is not ever going to happen. The point is, we've seen a lot of these previous Bitcoin bears popping their head out of their mole holes. Maybe not the nicest way of saying it, but you get what I'm saying. Basically saying, hey, maybe Bitcoin is actually going to be the winner. Bitcoin's going to be the winner. Bitcoin already is the winner. Bitcoin's going to eat gold. We've had indications before from multiple banks, from news that leaked to us. We keep getting leaked news and no one really pays attention to it, that banks and institutions are already selling off their gold to buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin's market cap is over $1 trillion. When Bitcoin's market cap, I think, goes to 5 times what it currently is right now, I think it'll be larger than gold. That means what we've been told by the banks and institutions, that means that banks and institutions have been heavy selling off their gold to be able to buy into Bitcoin. Bitcoin is finite. Gold is not finite. We know that we can find it as we dig deeper and deeper every single year and make more and more technology. Gold is not finite. Gold only has that allure because it's been locked up in ways and all this other stuff. It's not used as a medium of exchange. It's never going to be used as a medium of exchange unless we go back to the Ice Age, Stone Age, Rock Age, something age. Then it'll be used. But as of now, as it looks like, as technology continues to build out, Bitcoin is going to be the winner. Bitcoin is currently $55,000 in the year 2021. We haven't even gotten to the next halving yet, or the next halving after that, or the next halving after that. Bitcoin at some point is going to be worth $1 million per coin in the next coming years, and people who are holding gold are going to be very upset. I don't know how else to really put that. And this isn't me being mean. It's not me being cynical. I'm sorry. And I really mean this honestly. I didn't mean to hurt anyone's feelings, but I need everyone to get it. I need everyone to be on this train. I needed everyone to be on this train when Bitcoin was at $3,000. When we got news that Bitcoin's price was already over the price of gold, I said, I hope you're paying attention. There's only 21 million pieces of Bitcoin. There's more than 21 million pieces of gold. Get it. You have to understand it. I understand Hello to my friend out there if you're listening. One of my friends, he told me that he knows somebody else who's been investing in gold for years. And I told my friend, I was like, listen, I broke it down for him the same exact way that I just did for you right now. And I've been doing it for the last couple of years. I told him to buy Bitcoin when it was around $7,000 or $8,000. I forgot how much he bought. He's very happy right now because he's making tons of money. He's also having a baby. Congratulations to you. His other friend has been screaming at him the last year, why aren't you buying gold? Do you see what's happening to the economy? Gold is going to be going up. And I was like, dude, gold's not going anywhere. We know that, and I've been sending him articles as well. I think articles really help people because when they read it, they can kind of see everything that's kind of going on. Gold is not going anywhere. Gold's value is going to continue to decrease. Yes, we use gold. Yes, gold is used. Yes, gold is used in our phones and our computers. It's a great conductor of electricity. I know all the value prospectus for gold. I looked into gold quite heavily before I got into cryptocurrencies. I know why gold is golden. Ha ha. But it does nothing against Bitcoin. You cannot use gold and spend gold and transport gold as rapidly as you can Bitcoin. Bitcoin does 3 transactions per second. That is going to be over 1 million transactions per second in the next 5 years. We know that banks are buying it. We know that countries are buying it. We know that people are selling off their gold to buy Bitcoin. Where do you think Bitcoin's price is going to be in 10 years? Where do you think gold's price is going to be? We know that they're selling off their gold to buy Bitcoin. So this is very popular news. This guy, was it Grundlag? Grundlag, look at me, remembering the name. He's not the first. We've had like 5 others over the last couple of years. We've also had many other like bond kings and bond kings. And what's the other word? These people from hedge funds and gold bugs and gold lovers who've basically been like, I was wrong. The only person who hasn't said it is Peter Schiff. He's adamant for some reason that Bitcoin's going to go down to zero. He's a particular human being. Anyway, yes, of course he is. Getting into Bitcoin because everyone is. Every single person. Every single entity. I don't even have to name them again. I think I'd be too worn out if I did. Anyway, that's the I said Bitcoin was fake, but look at me now news. And let's move on. Is this the same? Yeah, Bitcoin may be a better investment than gold because it is. And let's move on. Next up. People in Portugal will be able to pay for their electricity in Bitcoin thanks to a move by a small but innovative company. The rise of Bitcoin's new all-time high, regulatory clarity, growing adoption, large companies, institutional clients, Bitcoin. Lisboa, a Portugal-based electricity retailer, announced that it is initiating the necessary technological adaptation procedures to support Bitcoin payments as soon as possible. Cool. Wonderful. Once again, we knew this was going to happen. For those of you who don't know as well, I guess I'll throw this into the video. If you happen to be looking for a place where you could move to and become a resident of, look up Portugal's residency policy. Type in new Portugal resident 10 years. For those of you who don't know, I know my friend is probably sitting on the couch losing his mind right now. Portugal has a thing where if you go there and I think you cash out of your assets, I think is it passive income? What's the word? Why am I missing this one word in my head? I'm not going to get it. When you sell an asset, the money that you would pay on that. Can't remember the name of it. Jeez Louise. You basically pay 0% taxes in Portugal. That's kind of what I was hinting at. 0% taxes for 10 years is to incentivize people to move there. I'm thinking of moving there. 0% taxes on crypto and anything else sounds absolutely wonderful because you know what ends up happening? Probably the taxes that I would have ended up paying, I'll buy a house. By the ocean. It sounds kind of nice. Anyway, Portugal, somebody who's making electricity is going to be accepting Bitcoin as payment, and then we're going to get another one in about 3.5 weeks. There's another electricity person who's doing it, and then another one, and another one, and eventually the government's going to be like, hey, we're also going to be accepting it, and you know how that works. Next up, Symbiotic SE has become the first publicly traded company in Germany to announce that they are beginning to shift some of their free liquidity into Bitcoin. What? The firm, which specializes in investment, research, and development in the puff sector said that their industry has had a very positive experience with cryptocurrencies as a single and digital means of payment. There's no actual news as to how much money they're going to be putting into it, but the news is that they're the first German publicly traded company that is going to be putting their money into Bitcoin. The ones that we're hearing about. I assume they're not the only one, but Symbiotic has, they're definitely ahead of the curve. Isn't it crazy? All the news that we get every single day, and there's still people who don't understand what's happening. I don't get it. I don't think I want to get it. I think I would like to be blissfully unaware as to why everyone else still doesn't understand. So cool, wonderful, that's awesome. Gonna be accepting that Bitcoin. And to finish things off, after revealing the plan last year, the Switzerland canton of Zug has started accepting cryptocurrencies from residents for taxes. Such a development would encourage people to adopt cryptocurrencies, digital currencies, for payment or other services within the jurisdiction. Authorities in the city of Miami are also considering allowing residents to pay their taxes and other services using digital currencies like Bitcoin. Switzerland, for those of you who do not know, is a mega Bitcoin hub. Like, they are basically, remember when I talked about like brain drain, and I guess even subsequently like money drain? All the other countries who are imposing these like heavy taxes and banning it and saying you can't do this because of the magic. So a couple of years ago, somebody invented something called an airplane. I don't know how it works. I think it has like strings above it. I'm not really sure how it's staying in the air. But these aeroplanes allow people to actually move to other countries. I know it sounds crazy. So what happens is people take their computers, they get into an aeroplane, and they land in Switzerland, and they say, hey, I can make you a lot of money. I would like residency. And Switzerland goes, you got it, dude. And the other countries don't benefit while Switzerland does. And so does Portugal and Puerto Rico and many other countries as well, because they're doing it right. Anyway, cool. So they're accepting tax payments in Bitcoin and Ether. No one should be surprised. I guess taxes usually come first. That's kind of going to be the thing where they're like, but this is also, pay attention. This is the way that a government increases their Bitcoin holdings. Think about that. They want you to pay them your taxes in Bitcoin so that they can have more Bitcoin. Now, why would a government want more Bitcoin? Anyway, that's that. Wait for it. Oh, I already opened the page. Look at me. And let's move on. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters, Professor Wally from Gunbite University, Jojo Shasho, VB Nerd 21, Miguel Grole, Lauren De Silva, Quoted Biddy, Barebones Mining, Troy Allgood, Space Case, Need a Miracle, Crypto Style, George Montoya, Wiselink, not TMI, Conan, Don't Skip Leg Day, Snacky Chan, Tolik Banana, Suspicious Agile, and Blockchain, Navarro Williams, David James, Attila the Han, Yasha Harari, Oscar Maldonado, yeah, I got it right. Utopia 569, Moonman, High XRP, Joshua Vineyard, Martin Stoyer, Nostromo, John Sartin, the Animal Reader, a Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Mohan Maroni, Massive Ventures in Thailand, Jared Schneider, Wise Knight, Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Cole D, 3D, Damian Setsuna, Rich Rich III, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Nick Mangialavori, Anthony Charles, Jim Garner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Miller, Hishas, Everyday, and Coscip's Leg Day. Somebody was asking, they were like, what happened to, what's the other one? It was like, Chris don't make shots, or like, Chris can't play basketball. What was the other one? Miller Hitch Every Day and Kyle Skips Leg Day. There was another one before this. It was like Michael don't play basketball good. I can't remember what it was. Yes to crypto, Bodie McBoatface anytime. Michael don't play basketball good. Yes to crypto, Bodie McBoatface anytime fitness, Mouse Corner staff, Arfmedic17, Baking Me a Cake, Tigger Macho Nisa, On Crypto with Lionel, Crayola Michelle, URL, and Bolero Bastos. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Thank you to all the new Patreon members. More and more new ones every single day. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to everyone who left a like. Thank you to everyone who left a comment. Thank you to everyone who left 2 comments. You're commentators, and therefore this is why you're commenting. At the moment, Bitcoin is at $55,350 US. It is up by 4.87%. Here's us hitting 56,000. Somewhere around here. Dipped a little bit, as to be expected. Once again, we popped up by $6,400 over the course of like a day and a half. Ethereum's at $1,985. Binance Coin was still pumping. It was like 360. I don't know exactly where it was. Anyway, $297 right now. Polkadot is up by 17%. $37. Cardano is at $1.05. XRP is at 56 cents. Litecoin, $2.93. Chainlink is at $34. Anything else crazy? Aave is up by 7. Cosmos is up by 5. Uniswap is up by 25%. Why not? NEM is up by 10%. Huobi token's up by 22%. OKB, I believe that's the, wait for it. I think that might be them. I think OKB is the website that we were just talking about that's delisting them. Maybe? I don't know. There's a lot of OKs going around. Anyway, they're up by 20% if you round up. Chain token's up by 7. Theta's up by 5. VeChain Thor is up by 7. FTX token is up by 14 percentile. Solana's up by 11. Synthetics is up by 8. Anything else? I was going to ask anything else crazy. Oh, yeah. For some reason, Ravencoin is up by 122%. I feel like this is a Wall Street bets kind of thing, but I'm not certain. It's at 26 cents. It is up by 122%. That is definitely something that's up more than others. And Decred is up by 14% as well. I do hope that you all enjoyed. I hope it's sunny where you are. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all safe. You know, the world is kind of in a little bit of a crazy period right now. Hope you're all having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, spectating, whatever you need to do with your eyes. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.